Hi guys, this is the analysis of Nick here, and for this video I'm just doing a comparison GTA 5 and Skyrim, arguably the two biggest games from last decade. So both games amazing, lots of content, lots of characters, and lots of different gameplay loops, lots of side content. And like, share, subscribe, share the video all over, please, if you're coming in. And thank you guys so much for commenting. And welcome to my new subscribers. So GTA 5 and Skyrim. Now, first off, I'm gonna start off with overall content. Skyrim has tons of content, right? Lots of content. GTA 5 as well, but not as much as Skyrim, right? Because the content in Skyrim is mostly exploration. You're exploring caves, castles, enemy settlements, ancient caves, and all that. So, and there's tons of loot. There's so much loot. There's so much to go on loot. There's tons of different enemy, a variety that you come across, right? And as well, like when you're, every enemy has different, you have to approach it differently, right? Some enemies will have armor, and other enemies will have magic spells and all that. GTA 5, for the most part, you're mostly doing mostly story missions, but there is side content in the, you guys well know the strangers and freaks. You can buy your own property and all that, and like as well explore for submarine collectibles and different types of things, but overall the exploration does go to Skyrim, because it's, and again, both maps are huge, but Skyrim has more to explore. There just is more to explore, in the overall world. GTA 5, although it is easier to get from a point A to point B, Skyrim just has the more content. Now, this is a mostly single player, right? And as well, Skyrim does have, if you get the Ultimate Edition, Skyrim does have extra content in the DLC as well. Also, as well, in terms of activities, GTA 5, you can literally, GTA 5 has this where you can, go on, races, triathlons. I can't say the hikes. You can do parachute challenges. There is more challenges in a GTA 5, right? There's also, a badminton. Yeah, so a ton of different side activities that you could do. Flight school and all that, tutorials. So in terms of side activities, the side activities actually makes for good side content as well. But however, because Skyrim has endless exploration, the exploration just feels endless. There's just an endless, you never run out of things to do. The overall content does go to Skyrim. Plus, there's more of, a variety of enemies and how you approach them. Overall, replayability, I would say replayability. GTA 5 is more replayable, because again, it is shorter. Skyrim, you're gonna be spending, for me, I took me 40 hours to do the main story, and plus as well another 20 hours of side content. GTA 5 is mostly 10 hours, 10 to 11 hours. So GTA 5, it is, I find it is easier to replay, and when the characters, GTA 5 does have more, the characters feel more lively. They're a lot more, they feel like real people. Based in the era, right? And Skyrim is based more on a medieval type of Norse fantasy, right? So Skyrim is more of a simulation. GTA 5 is more of a real world type game. Skyrim, some of the NPCs that you meet in the world, the characters, they kind of feel like a little bland sometimes, even though the dialogue is good. But GTA 5, the characters feel like they have more life in them. And as well, customization. There's tons. GTA 5, you can customize cars, weapons and all that, and guns, and as well, it's very there's so many different things. I know Rockstar, going back to days of Midnight Club, I know Rockstar is really good at doing customization on cars. Skyrim as well, customization is actually off the chart, because you can customize. There's so many different armor sets to get, so many different weapons to get, and your character will look completely different from my character, completely different. Customization is just, but it's crazy. Like, at the amount of loot you get to, the amount of loot. GTA 5, however, the customization is also in the clothing, where there's tons of different clothing. There's like over like 400 different clothes, and so there's different, so many different sets. There's the, a suburban clothing area. There's the high end clothing area, and yeah, so different T-shirts and shorts. And your Franklin again is gonna look different from my Franklin, and so on. Skyrim as well, in terms of customization, slash upgrades. Skyrim gets the edge here too, because like in upgrades, smithing, upgrades, dual wheel weapons, single weapons, magic abilities, destruction, healing spells. So there's so many different branches of overall upgrades. GTA 5 are the upgrades. For the most part, like if you have enough money, you can upgrade weapons. So you're buying more ammunition for weapons and all that, and going from upgrading like efficiency like of the weapons, damage, suppressors and all that, flashlight. Skyrim, however, like in terms of upgrades too, there's also upgrading. The upgrade system is like the more you do something, the more that ability I will get leveled up. So if you use healing spells I will get leveled up. If you use fire spells or whatever, destruction will get leveled up. So the more you use something, the better, the more it's going to get upgraded. GTA 5, same idea too, but it's kind of like, it's more of an indirect upgrade system in terms of attributes like stamina, driving abilities, flight abilities. So the more you fly, the better you get. There's like a certain meter, so it's like 10 different bars, right? And the more bars you have, the better you have in that ability. So overall fun, this is probably the most important. Overall fun, like I had lots of fun with both games, lots of fun. GTA 5, because it's a very modern, and it's based a lot on like our real world, right? And the themes as well, the government, corruption in the story, and the driving, just the amount of cars you can get, and the planes you can go in. There's even a blimp too that I didn't know. There's a blimp. And Skyrim as well, the exploration is endless. And even like when like you're 40 hours like into the game exploring, there's still lots to do, lots to explore. GTA 5, going back to GTA 5, I feel like GTA 5, because the exploration isn't as good as in Skyrim, but as well, the realism kind of actually overtakes that, which I'm going to get into in mechanics and controls. The realism, like in the driving, and just how real the world feels, right? The cars, the people, the buildings. You're in kind of like I believe it's Los Angeles or San Diego, San Francisco type. It's kind of like mixed, so it feels so real. The city feels so real and big. Mechanics. Skyrim does need work, like in terms of the mechanics. It's just feels a little bit old. I don't know. It just feels a little bit unpolished in mechanics, the first person fighting and the dual wheel swording and all that. But and plus the movement too. The movement is not bad, but sometimes going like in cover is kind of hard. GTA 5, I find mechanics and controls is just perfect. Like once you get the use of free aim versus auto aim, and going like into cover, using the abilities, driving feels very smooth. Over sometimes there can be like a little bit of glitches like in the driving sometimes, turning, and the cars sometimes feel very heavy. So yeah, overall mechanics, and I will say one last thing about mechanics. GTA 5 feels very smooth. Like it feels smoother, like when you run, your character just feels like overall like just more fluid. Yeah, everything just feels better and runs better, like in the mechanics. So overall, this next category, immersion. Overall immersion, how I connected I feel to this, I feel to the world. Skyrim, you go to snow areas, the mountain areas, the caves, the castles, and the different factions, right? Different factions, the different settlements you go to, and everywhere you go to, kind of feels different. Aside from the caves kind of feel similar in terms of the caves and the underground facilities that you go into, are not facilities, settlements. They seem very similar in the like when you're going throughout like a cave or whatever. GTA 5, every area seems different. Whether it be sandy shores, the a desert area like in the map versus the city. You got the beach, you got the poor area. Every area feels so different, and with the dialogue as well, like in the NPCs, they feel more realistic people, like actual real people. Like if you were to I walk down the street, like I feel it's very believable. So overall, Immersion does go to GTA 5, and as well like the characters, like when you're playing, the main missions, the dialogue between the characters really it's really interesting, and it's so well written, like the lines here. So overall, we went over side content, mechanics, immersion, replayability, upgrades. Overall though, like when I actually I mostly go back to GTA 5, because GTA 5 again, it is shorter, it is easier to replay. Skyrim is like once I finish it once, you play almost 50 hours of it over like 6 weeks or whatever, and once you do it once, like you're gonna be burned out, but GTA 5 you can finish it once, you can replay the campaign, and as well GTA 5 does have that multiplayer as well. It is so it has that extra mode, but I want to focus like mostly like on the single player here. Overall value, like for your money, like you're getting a lot here, but Skyrim, because Skyrim has more, this is more side content overall. GTA 5 does things, like in terms of, again, immersion and the characters, the mechanics better, but it's because Skyrim just has more, again, just has more content. There's so much to do, and once you it feels more addicting to play Skyrim. GTA 5, I feel like I kind of get bored off quicker, I feel, but still, like that's kind of a personal preference. But this Skyrim, like once you explore the cave, I can't wait to see what happens next. Where am I gonna go next? What ability I'm gonna unlock? Am I gonna see that vampire again or werewolf? And that's another thing too. With Skyrim, there's so many different characters to be. Supernatural creatures, from whatever, werewolves to vampires to sorcerers to you can obviously a dragonborn. That's your main. That's like the main ability that's a mandatory, right? The dragonborn type thing with the shouts and whatever. And so yeah, with that, there's so many different characters you can be, and the attributes as well. So there's a lot more layers to the actual character. And like I said before, your Skyrim character is gonna look different from mine, right? In the armor, the weapons you use, the magic spells, and all that. So overall, at the edge, I does go to Skyrim. I would say, like, again, Skyrim is my favorite game of all time, but GTA 5 too as well. GTA 5 like is in my top 5 as well. So yeah, these games they were very hard to compare, but I'm trying to compare things like within the same genre. So like for example, like open world, or compare two shooting games to each other, or whatever, or two action adventure games. But both amazing games, and you guys will know, especially GTA 5 being so popular, right? So like, share, subscribe. Video game comparison part 3, Skyrim and GTA 5. Thanks for watching.